Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to June. Doesn't it feel good? I just had to take a breath and drink in June because it's beautiful outside, even though it's a little bit sweaty in here. And we are really rocking and cruising on everything. And I really do have to say how proud I am of all of you, because you all, yes, all, finally met my deadline. And every single person got the final copy of their essay in time, ready to be read and responded to by me electronically. We are collaborating electronically, and it is awesome. I am having such a great time reading the different topics that you all chose for your research, and reading how you chose to pare down those topics and really focus your attention on specific elements of that I necessarily wouldn't have chosen for myself, but that was interesting to see because I can see your personality shine through in your writing. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about voice throughout the course of this year. I'm starting to recognize each of you has an individual voice writing, and that's something I couldn't say earlier in the year. You're starting to really find that, and that's a product of all of the writing we've been doing all year long. Now keep that going throughout the summertime. Keep writing about the topics that are interesting to you. I've had a whole bunch of you say, Mr. Kaz, I'm really loving this project. It's so much fun. It's so enjoyable. Because you're writing in a way, not only that now you know how to do it functionally, but you're also writing about topics that matter to you. And we've seen that start to evolve, that you can make any topic matter to you. All you have to do is find that point of connection. Are you noticing all of this stuff that I've been talking about at this first, in this first little introduction of this video? It's all the stuff we've been talking about all year long. This point of connection that we make with an audience as an author, that we craft our writing. We make sure that we are involved in the writing, and our voice comes through, because that's what people connect to. But it's also our information has to be in order, and all of this stuff, and my comments to you that I made as I read over the course of the weekend. You'll notice, yes, I commented on your research paper, but I also tried to help propel you forward, to give you an interesting take on how you might adapt this for a child audience. Because today's post is, who you talking to? And I know, we have fun, we are silly like that, and that's not grammatically correct, obviously, but it's a really important question, because part of the comments that we were able to interact with via Google Docs had to do with how your original research paper had to be taken from all of these different points of research and brought from those authors' voices into your voice and put out to me as a scholarly audience, and just how different you're going to have to alter your voice to speak to your final audience, who is a second grader picking up an informational text and wants to be engaged in that informational text. So I also gave you each a little suggestion as to how maybe you could create that spark of interest while still remaining true to the information and the research that you've done. So for example, I have somebody who is doing the Titanic, and she had a really great paper about all of the different perils about the Titanic, and how they really ignored a lot of warning signs, and they really they cut corners for safety when they shouldn't have. And I said, how cool would it be if somebody was researching the perils of the Titanic, and into their research they fell asleep and got sucked into the world of the Titanic, and they were in line and they were being pushed on board and they couldn't get off, and the Titanic disembarked and they were still on it. And so they had to run around to all the different places on the ship, the captain, to all the different people, and warn people about the dangers and about all of this. And right as the Titanic's about to crash in the iceberg, Mom wakes them up, and they're back in the world of their paper, and now they can write their paper. See, that type of stuff where we can get involved and maybe fictionalize an event without fictionalizing the history, that's the type of thing that grabs a kid right off the bat. Something like a magic school bus. I gave that suggestion to a few of you, that, if we're exploring somewhere that's really foreign to us or foreign to our audience, we can use an expert who magically is transported to that environment or that part of the galaxy or that habitat, and we can actually get an expert's point of view as we're watching something happen live. So as you begin to revise what you're doing for a new audience, it's important to keep in mind who you talking to, right? Because the way you tell a story to a little kid has to be full of a lot more magic than the way you present information to me. So hopefully we can continue to have our dialogue electronically through Google Docs. You're going to have the rest of the week to work on your Google presentations, which each slide of the presentation is going to wind up being a page in your book. And really, we just did that because it's easier to manipulate images, text, graphics. If you need a tutorial about how to use that, remember I posted one last Friday, and it really shows all of the different tools, how you can alter text, how you can alter graphics, to really make a solid presentation that we can give to a second grade classroom, possibly at Union East. So, again, if you have any questions, most of my advice is now not for the class. It's between me, myself and you as individuals. And feel free to reply to my comments. I gave you that option during class if you needed to. Nobody took me up on it, but that doesn't mean you can't. You're working today, or you worked today. You're working Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in class on creating this masterpiece, really, to deliver this information, this content that's super important to you, and to be able to craft your own purpose in this information and to deliver it to that audience who is going to understand it and ultimately connect to it and connect to you through your information. Guys, this is the culmination of our entire year, and I hope you're noticing that, oh, we learned that in September, but we also learned that in November, and October's lesson was this, and now we've worked our way through the entire year, and now this whole project really has involved you using every single bit of information that you've been learning throughout the course of the year, and all of the different strategies and all of the different techniques for doing things. And I have to tell you, as of right now, almost every single one of you has met or exceeded your learning targets for the year. I'm just getting back all the STAR data now, and you should be so proud of yourself. Some people on this team improved their grade level equivalencies in reading comprehension 4 grade levels in 1 year. And that's as a result of your hard work, guys. And I want to congratulate you, but I also want to encourage you, don't slow down just because we're getting towards the finish line. If you watch Olympic sprinters, what do they do through the finish line? They go, ah! And they go even faster and even harder right through the end of the finish line so that they can actually carry their momentum through to the finish. If you need anything, please email me, Google Doc me, whatever you have to do in order to make sure that you are fully understanding and fully capturing all that you want to capture in these assignments. And guys, I couldn't be more proud of you. Let's keep this up, and next week we're going to enter our review for the final exam, and our time is coming to an end, but I've learned some stuff from you, and I've learned some stuff in all of the different education I've been getting this year, and I'm really noticing how much you guys have learned and how much you've grown over this year, and we all have a lot to be really proud of, and I cannot wait to see these children's books. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.